Hey everybody, it's Rizzle playing more Battle Royale. Now, I'm playing on Altis, I'm playing ranked Battle Royale, which means that there's no third person view, and generally it's on a bigger scale, and as you can see, not doing too bad. I've obviously cut the first like 15 minutes or so because all I was doing is looking for a gun, and really on a map this size, as long as you don't do something really stupid, you won't get killed straight away. Or at least you hope you don't get killed straight away. I've already got two guns. The I can't even pronounce that, so I'm not even going to bother. Basically, I've got the 6.5mm and the M4, which is obviously 5.562. 5.56, not 2. What am I bloody talking about? I've got another gun here that I could pick up, but it's not as good as the gun that I've currently got, and you only need two guns really. Got a little bit more weapons here. You only need a primary weapon when you kind of like. Sorry, you only need a secondary weapon if your primary weapon is dry, which I've got like 3 clips for this gun, so it's not going to be too bad. And for some reason I and ah about picking this up until I realised that I don't actually have one of these, so I might as well pick it up and we shall move forward. So let's get an overview while that guy moves across there. There was no chance of me actually trying to take him out, so I didn't even bother. Anyway, let's give you an overview. It's been going about 10-15 minutes. I haven't killed anybody. I haven't been shot at. To be honest, I jumped out of the airplane. Well, when I got thrown out of the airplane, I landed in water, and I literally got a boat straight away. Moved to a location where I didn't think many people are. As you can see, I was slightly wrong, but I've moved towards a location where I knew that there was going to be some guns. It is a bit high risk though, because this area, this military base that I'm heading towards, is also a military base. There will definitely be weapons there, and most certainly there'll be people. So I've got to be very careful when moving towards this base. As you can see, I'm always kind of zoomed in on the lookout, always looking over my shoulders, always looking to the left and to the right, always checking to see movement as I did in the previous video, and always trying to make it to the blue circle. Now if you don't understand this by now, the blue circle is very, very important. If you don't get into that blue circle when the time runs down, you will die. Just the way it is. Right folks, what is going to happen here is I'm going to make a couple of decisions. These decisions are going to affect pretty much the rest of the game as far as I'm concerned. So at this point I've only got 3 magazines, I've got a second gun, but this is where things get better. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go Rambo mode here. I feel that there's someone up here. I feel it in my bones because of the fact that the doors are open, not as much as lying on the ground, and the fact that I just saw him walk up those stairs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be quick here. I'm going to get up there, I'm going to get out the door, get lucky. Get very lucky. I basically wasted probably like 20 bullets there and only hit him probably like 4 or 5 times in the kind of mid crotch area. Not purposeful, it's just he was stood up and I was kind of, you know, crouched, so it just developed that way. Anyway, so I'm going to move some of my gear across. I'm going to get some better equipment. I'm going to get some better guns. Just generally, I'm going to do a lot of gun moving about shit here. Which is really boring. It's generically really boring. But I come out of it with 12 magazines. 2 of which are probably like 2/3 full or something like that. I just double check around the backside, see if anything's around. Nothing's around. I've got a little different scope now, which is more like a Predator scope. I like this scope a lot better. It's the same scope, it's just got a different colour on it. Can't really class it as a red dot. I'm going to do the same thing as I did just coming up here. I'm going to move quickly. I'm going to move and just generally try and get off this, because you don't want to get caught up here. Luckily for me, I moved at exactly the right time. A bit of a bug in the kind of building as I hit a couple of things, and I get another kill. That's 2 kills in literally 2 minutes, not even that. I'm gonna now kind of look around, see if there's anything going. I'm not going to be too selective over this sort of stuff. I'm going to move all the stuff into my thing and then just move the bandolier across. I pick up an extra 3 magazines for my M4 on top of the grenades that are the smoke grenades that I have already for the 203, and I'm going to go out and move further into the blue circle, because the blue circle is really important. It is the thing that defines what this game's all about, because if the blue circle didn't exist, everyone would be still spread out. So they have to shrink this blue circle, make sure that anything outside it dies, anything that inside it they can fight on until there's 1 person left. I always say that if I can get into the top 5 of a game, I'm going to be extremely pleased. I'm in, I think, top 10 now. There are 10 people left, including me, and I'm in a decent position. I've got plenty of ammunition, and I can now kind of dictate what I want to do, how I want to play. I'm a little bit into the circle. The circle's still fairly big. We're still early doors in a lot of these games, because a lot of these games will run for 45 minutes, 50 minutes, maybe even an hour, if you're lucky. Never really go over an hour, because I think that's about the time limit for these sort of games. But you can see just from the way that the arc is of the circle, it's still at a big stage. But there's only 10 of us left, which means that there's going to be a lot of space, and there's not going to be hundreds and hundreds of people around, obviously, because there's only 10 people left, which means that there's 9 other people around, but they're going to be fairly well armed. They have to be fairly well armed to have got to this point, unless you get really unlucky and you're driving around in a vehicle somewhere and you just got nothing. Using the vehicle as a weapon is an option in this game, but because vehicles in this game are so generally buggy, they tend not to do so. 9 to go. There we go. So we're another one down, and we are looking in good shape. Now, in a way, the kind of GPS system on the right hand side using right control M will bring that up. It's a little bit cheaty, I think. I'm using it because it's given to you. You have the option of using it. Technically, if this was a really kind of hardcore sort of game, you wouldn't have that. You would have to go on just location alone, see if you can figure out where you are. I suppose they give it to you in a certain way because you kind of need to know roughly where you're going to be, and so that you can kind of, I don't know, make sure that you're in the circle, as it were. What just happened then? Well, Kleinberg just got killed, as you saw, and then instantly 2 other people disconnected from the game straight away. And I don't mean like just, you know, they all hit disconnect at the same time. I don't know what happened there, but it seemed really dodgy to me. Like really dodgy. Like something was, you know, they're all the same person. Maybe they used the other 2 to scout where other people are. It's amazing how pathetic some people will be to try and get an advantage. Now, the streamer I was telling you about in the last video, I haven't actually posted a link in the description. I should really do that. I didn't even say his name, I believe. I will say his name now. It's JP. He's one of pretty much my favourite Twitch streamer at this moment in time. And that's saying something, really. I don't usually say people's on my favourites, but he's on my list at the moment. There's a lot of good things. I enjoy watching him quite a lot in a variety of different games, and I recommend you check out his channel. As for the reason why I'm telling you that is that he plays occasionally. I wouldn't say he plays all the time. I'd say he plays every other day when it Battle Royale, and everything else he plays something different, or he hosts whatever other stream he does. But he does some good shit, and I enjoy watching it. I have played a few times with him. I haven't killed him yet, although I did manage to get a kill on day 9 when one of his first games. I got a kill on day 9, which was pretty poor, really, because day 9 it was probably his second ever game of playing Battle Royale, so obviously it would have been very easy to kill him. I think he had a pistol at the time, and I had a stocked up M4, and I basically full autoed him pretty much in the face. It was pretty much luck that I even saw him, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. Anyway, back to this. So we got 6 to go. 6 people left, including myself, of course, and I'm moving further and further into the circle. Now, some people are going to say that this game is boring and not enough happens, but when you're actually in it and you're playing this game, you cannot believe the level of tension that rises from this game. I recommend, if you get a chance to see a Battle Royale stream of some description, maybe it'll be me JP, maybe it'll somebody else. If they've got the spectator mod, if they don't get through to the last 4 or 5, and they get the chance to spectate, me JP does this more than any other streamer that I know who plays Battle Royale. He actually spectates and sees who wins at the end of the game. Now, the spectator mod is given to you by admins of the mod, I believe, so it's not available for the public because that would just be silly. But JP got it, and he uses it really well, not to show where people are, but to show the ending of the game, because you don't usually get to see the ending of these Battle Royale games unless you are in it. So it's really fun seeing how people react, how people move, how different people use their weapons differently, what sort of cover these people choose to use, and such like that. And generally it's a very interesting spectating kind of experience. I really do think it's really good, so check anything like that out. I'll put the links and stuff in the description. I'm in the chat all the time. I'm not really speaking much, but I do talk absolute shit sometimes, and I do the occasional GIF as well, animated GIF. Sorry, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I do recommend him. As for me streaming, eventually one of these days, I'm gonna actually get back to doing some form of stream, and maybe this will be a game that I'll be playing. Maybe not. We'll see. The one thing I know when I play this game is that my graphics card runs really heavy. And when I say heavy, I mean super heavy. It just burns the graphics card. Normal games like World of Tanks and stuff burns this game at like 40 odd degrees, 45 degrees, 50 degrees, maybe 55 if it's a bit tough. This game, 73 degrees I've got it to at one point, which is really bad. 7 degrees Celsius, that is, which isn't good. Here's a major tip for you folks. Nothing's actually going to happen, so but I'm explaining it anyway. When you are in a bush like this, don't move your body, move your head. You move your body, it creates noise. Okay? Everything that you do creates noise. Top 5. I've hit my goal of being in the top 5. I heard a shot. I know it's over there somewhere, but I'm pleased. Top 5. Where to go? Anyway, 4 people left. We'll see how we get on here. What I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to leave you to watch the rest of this in peace and quiet. I've blabbered on for 15 odd minutes. Enjoy the rest of the game, and at the end I'll come back in and I'll actually tell you something that I wouldn't normally say. So enjoy. We shoot each other. At the same time, we shoot each other. I feel awful about that. We just shoot each other in the face. You'll notice about probably like 3 or 4 seconds before that you actually see the guy running, and I completely missed him. And as much as a veteran as I'd call myself of ArmA games is, I hold my hands up and say I didn't see that guy. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be doing more at some point. Please don't hassle me and shit about not getting these out quickly enough. I do them in such high quality that the rendering times takes quite long. The upload time's not too bad these days because obviously I've got good internet. But I also need to find a decent game. So thank you very much though for watching. I do appreciate it. Comments in the comments below, please. Any questions, all that sort of stuff. And at some point I will actually get round to doing a recording of me doing it live and talking to you do it live and giving you tips and such, because they are important if you have no idea about how to play this game. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. That's the 3rd time I've said that, and I'm still going to keep it in because I'm not going to edit it because I can't be asked. Anyway, thanks very much. Bye bye.